evening, cult members, and welcome to the Pop Culture Cult. I'm Sean.
I'm Janice.
And if it sounds a little different, we're trying something new technology-wise, so we'll see if this works, fingers crossed. This is our Doctor Who review of episode 9.
Yep.
And it is called It Takes You Away.
Yep.
And we're in Norway.
Yeah, because it's Christmas and Norway and, you know.
Except there's no really like, Christmas kind of stuff.
Right,
and,
but, you know, St. Nicholas is from Norway, right?
From the Scandinavian country area, whatever.
Right. Okay.
And,
right.
This one has to deal with a gateway in a house that may have to deal with aliens, may have to deal with
Another dimension.
We have the world between worlds in this one, which was called the Soltec.
No, Soltec was the one that was...
Solitrax.
Solitrax was the thing that created the other dimension, or lived in the other dimension.
Yeah. This is a very weird, convoluted mishmash of an episode.
Yes.
It is a monster of the week, but there is some gems in this that I feel are going to be setups for going forward. This, I think, is a more important episode than the initial watch.
Okay.
That's how I feel about it.
Okay. I guess we'll see.
Yeah. So they end up in Norway. They find this cabin in the woods in a fjord. They go to the house. There's a blind girl in there by herself. They find a portal in the
mirror.
Yep. Which is very interesting because they've done mirrors before, but not really a portal into another dimension, another worlds and stuff like that, and time. But they haven't really done dimensions. There's some weird dude in the solar
in between
and the soul track, whatever.
No, that's the other side. The in between is not
whatever it was in the middle.
Okay.
And there's flesh-eating moths,
right,
drawn to the light. But what it really comes down to is there is a pan-dimensional being who is
a frog,
is looking for friends.
And there's dead people on the other side, and I don't know. I'm struggling with this episode.
That's why I say I think there's more to this episode down the line than actually what we think it is right now.
I hope so. I feel like it really... I mean, it was okay, I guess, as an episode, but I feel like they missed the mark, and I know that they're trying to, make this a season that anybody can come into and not have had to have seen other Doctor Who episodes. But, I mean, we were both like, who the Solitrax or whatever took the shape of people who were dead, I guess, in these other people's lives, or people that they really missed, and everybody else was gone, and it was just the Doctor and the Solitrax being, and so it could have, we were expecting it to be someone for her, like the Master, or, I don't know, Rose.
It could have been Rose, it could have been the Master, it could have been Missy, it could have been the TARDIS. It could have been somebody from Gallifrey. It could have been
his parents. He a long time ago was it David Tennant, Matt Smith, one of the two of them. Somebody asked him, "Do you have kids?" And he said, "I did."
Yeah.
And it could have been a kid that was because assumably the kid died on Gallifrey when Gallifrey blew up.
When Gallifrey falls.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it just feels like there could have been
something there. Yeah. There is a reference to the doctor saying I had 7 grannies, 5 was my favorite. And then she made a comment about granny number 2 being a secret agent to the Zygots.
Yeah.
And which is like the Zygot invasion storyline is one of my favorite from Capaldi. And so as soon as I said that, I'm like, like freaking out and stuff. But it could have been a really easy, like could have been Osgood sitting there. You know, it could have been anybody. But it just,
it was a frog.
It was a frog. And I'm not going to say it felt anticlimactic, because I do feel like there is something in this episode. The last couple of episodes, I felt this way, that they're building up to something that's going to happen either in the New Year's special or going into next season.
I hope so, but I don't want to read my hopes and dreams into what the episode was. I don't know.
It was a cool Monster of the Week episode, but in the grand scheme of things, I have more questions than not, which is why I'm like, I don't know how I feel about this episode.
There was just a lot going on. I don't know.
This is going to be one of those ones that we come back later and say, they said so much, or they said nothing, but they left us with like 3 nuggets, and you have to watch this one, down the line somewhere and get stuff.
Maybe.
The other thing too is there was a couple of little things. The Zygot information, the Zygot comment was made. The I love my Sonic comment was made again.
Yeah, she super relies on her Sonic screwdriver.
Yeah, and made a comment about that. We got, I'm not going to give that one away because I want some spoiler-free stuff here. Ryan finally called Graham Granddad.
Yeah.
Finally. Which, with some of the other stuff that's happened in the last couple episodes, I think Graham is a one and done.
Really?
Oh,
yeah.
I really felt like there was some stuff that happened in this episode where I was like, I think maybe Graham's done after one season.
Yeah. Yeah, it's possible. He could be he'll end up being their tie back to Earth, like Rose's mom and
Donna's
grandpa.
Granddad. Yeah. I just feel like there's going to be something that happens with him that is going to make him not want to be on the journey anymore. And if that means Grace coming back, does that mean him just coming to the fact of, I'm done traveling, I'm at an age where I don't want to deal with it? They have been trying to skew this series a little younger, but that doesn't necessarily mean, I've said the whole time I've been leaning towards Graham, because he's always been like the one wide-eyed and everything, and Ryan's been the one that's complaining.
Yeah, that's dragging his feet. Yeah. I don't know. I mean, all of this has been filmed before the season ever started, right?
Right. They did the whole season.
They were done, so it's not like it's audience feedback.
Right.
So, I mean, I guess if he is, that was something that they had planned from the beginning.
Yeah. Team TARDIS is what they've been going with. The 3 companions. Friends. It makes it a little convoluted at times, but also one of the 3 has always been like the secondary or third level character, and it's been lately Ryan.
Yeah.
Yaz has had a bunch of really cool storylines, and Graham's had a continuous storyline the entire season. And even in this episode, it looked like Ryan was going to be on his own and do something, and then nothing really happened, and then Graham was kind of the main companion and stuff that happened to him, and him having to make choices and stuff. So I'm struggling with some of the stuff. So I get it overall. And then we got a preview for next week, which is the season finale before we get to the New Year's. It's weird not saying Christmas.
Yeah.
It's the New Year special this year, and they're calling it the 7. Fandom said something along the lines of the 7 voices and people calling out for help and everything in this next episode or whatever. But at the end of that preview, the doctor says, "I know that voice," and then the preview ends.
Right.
So, Daleks, Cybermen.
They said they weren't going to have any of the bad guys.
But if it's the end of the season, and it's the end scene and the end of the season...
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know anything about this season anymore. I'm out. I don't know.
You're not out, but you're...
I'm not out, but I don't know.
You're not speculating like we would do in a previous series of where we're going. And
yeah, I don't know. Because they've said they weren't going to do that. So, and they had a prime opportunity in this episode to have made a callback, and they didn't. So that tells me that they're sticking with their, we're not going to do that.
God, I just had a thought. It would have been amazing if it wasn't the frog, and it was Devros.
Yeah.
It would have been amazing if it was Devros.
Yeah.
And especially after what happened with Capaldi and Devros, where Capaldi goes back and saves Devros.
Yeah.
And that would have been a really awesome...
But he's not dead.
Devros?
Yeah.
Right.
And, the frog.
The frog being
yeah.
the multi-dimensional person, and the Doctor makes friends with somebody, and then Devros is that somebody, and then there's a friendship between the Doctor and the Daleks. It's a great story arc.
Sure.
That's what I'm going with.
I don't know.
We're so confused with the season. Overall, I think the season's pretty good, but this episode's got us scratching our heads.
Yeah. Yes.
And we have one more to go until the New Year's special, and then we'll jump into Game of Thrones. And so that is our thoughts on this episode of Doctor Who. What do you guys think? Leave us a comment on any theories that you feel is going on. Do you feel like we're going to get the Daleks, or the Cybermen, or the Silence, or anything like that? Let us know. Also, subscribe to the channel. Hit the subscribe button. Hit the subscribe button. And hit the bell so you can get notifications to everything that we're doing. All of our social media stuff is in the bio. In the description.
The bio.
Whatever. You understand what to do. And until next time.